control the technology.
Yes, that's correct.
The important thing is, as I see it, that we can arrange so that the employees and their trade unions will have a reasonable chance to learn about new technology, to know about which the effects may be. But I think it is as important that employees and their trade union representatives are given new chances to come into this work, to participate actively, and to have a real influence on what is done. And we are bargaining and negotiating on this at the table now.
It is, of course, easier in Scandinavia. Factory workers in Norway have only one union. At this arms factory, where microprocessors have been introduced into the manufacturing systems, workers and management monitor, indeed control, the changes this will bring. And they do it together. The Norwegians have approached the problems posed by the new technology in a way which many believe to be a model for us all. The right for workers to be informed about technological change, to know as much as management, to be consulted at every stage, is now written into the Norwegian trade union agreements. This man, a union representative, now has another title. He's a data steward, responsible for negotiating with management on all aspects of technological change.
Of course, the reason for this is not only because it's part of the attitude which has developed since the war, but it's also because experience shows that if you can create the right atmosphere, you can increase productivity much more than by any system. Any system can be sabotaged. And if you have unwilling people and people who are not interested and don't see their own good and see what's a fulfilling of their needs in the system, you are hopelessly lost in this world anyway.
I think this technology is a very good technology. We shall use it. So I think our work is on how it should be used.
I want it. I know that we need it. But the point is, unless we can get together with management, unless they can change their attitudes and trust unions and trust us with information, then we are just not going to have this technology in.
What will we do with them?
If we don't get cooperation, there must inevitably be, unfortunately, a larger number of disputes in industry over bringing it in. I think it very regrettable. I think it very, very avoidable. It's the easiest thing in the world to do what the Norwegians have done, have a series of technology agreements, which is what the TUC are trying to and suggesting we negotiate. My particular union is trying very hard to negotiate.
And the response?
So far, absolutely zero.
If we don't move now, and move very, very quickly, both large and small companies alike, I think we run a major risk of losing competitiveness across many, many of our product areas and service areas.
We still have time to stay in this race. If we run very hard now, we've got to work extremely hard. We've got to make very logical and very careful choices as to what areas we work in. I believe we've still got a number of years to stay in the race, but we must go very hard now. We must have full collaboration between the government, industry, the university, government research establishments, etc. Everybody has got to march in step and understand what we're trying to do. So there is probably just enough time if we start work now and work like hell.
Proof that industry must change, that attitudes must change, is here. It's in the middle of Holland, in an all-automatic warehouse, devoid in this gigantic storage room of any human beings at all. It's owned by Philips. It's one of the biggest in the world, and it's controlled by a small computer. It doesn't need to be heated. There are no people around to get cold. The lifting, selecting, the filing, the conveyor lines, it's all done by machines. As the cases of light bulbs come in, other cases go out. There are humans here in the computer room monitoring the electronics. But the day is nearly here when man will also be building factories which won't need many men. Prototypes have already been built in Sweden and Japan. So what future will there be for industry? What future will there be for any country and for us if we don't heed the warnings now?
No one really knows what the impact of the new technology will have on jobs or on our quality of life. Already, in isolated examples like this, machines have taken over the jobs normally done by men. In this electrical, mechanical, all-automated warehouse, they're clearly more efficient than us. This is an example, perhaps at its most spectacular, of what the world of the future will be like. And it's something which British industry must be striving for as well. How we come to terms with the new microelectric technology is something we cannot ignore, nor can we shelve it. It's something which all of us must be thinking of right now.
This mural is situated at the Domain Parking Centre. It was especially painted for the Women in Arts Festival held in 1982, and they wanted to use an image from our dance theatre. This particular image that they used is of me doing the Witchery Woman dance, and it's taken from the story of the Wallaby lady who creeps around at night to take disobedient children. My grandmother was a full-blooded Aboriginal. My grandfather, an Irishman. He was a stockman, well known throughout Cape York Peninsula. My father's mother was a Torres Strait Islander and Malayan. My father's father was Filipino and Aboriginal, and his father was full-blooded Filipino. And my great-grandfather come from Singapore.
each other's contact. 4, 6 and 7, 8 and 1 foot, 2 shift, 3 and 4 boys, 5, 6, 7, 8 head, 1 and 2 and 3 head, 4 turn, 3, 4 good, shift, and come up, tuck, up, tuck, up, tuck, up, tuck, up, tuck, and arrive, rock, 1, 2 and up, rock and up, rock and up, rock and feet and hands and up and clear and up and look around, Richard, round and pat, pat, spin, fast, 2.
I did 4 years at Mossman State High School, completed, got a junior certificate, did a secretarial course in Cairns in 1974. Then I moved to Weipa, where I was employed by Comelco. I did clerical work, receptionist, clerk typist, and I worked in mine planning, putting drill data onto computers. I did my first 7 years of primary school at St. Augustine's. We were forced to go to church then, in those days. We were Catholic, my family is Catholic. I didn't really enjoy the first 7 years of going to school at St. Augustine's, probably because I was forced into Christianity. I know if I have children, I wouldn't force them into being Christians, you know, because I felt that Christianity came in when the Europeans first invaded our country and we were forced into it. And when I was a child, I was forced into going to church every Sunday, and that's probably why I don't go to church today.
I find it so much harder if you hadn't had the training, you know, being very young, yeah. Like I only got into it when I was about 9. Oh, yeah, and they put me on probation for 6 months and I found that I really liked to dance, so I stayed on. And I've been there ever since, yeah.
Maybe there's some other talent. We better look around and see. Mind you, when we're doing aerobic dancing in the morning, you'd wonder.
Our culture, you know, and our beliefs, that's our religion. That's how I understand it as now that I'm old enough to be able to understand, and I've gotten into my culture through the dance theatre. It's made me feel spiritually strong within myself since I've been dancing for the last 6 years.
Babies and babies. How old is Charlene?
4 months.
4 months. Hello. How many? Stella. How many children have you got?
6, you know. 3 boys and 3 girls.
And this Stella's?
Yeah, Stella.
So you grandma now?
Yeah. Got another 2 from Evelyn there. Everyone.
She likes to bees, I think. She wants to make a bee.
Well, this is the house that I grew up in. I think we only stayed there for 4 or 5 years, then we moved into town. It certainly brought back a lot of memories. Seeing the old staircase and the old rusty pump that we used to pump the water out of the well with. And I can't really remember much more. What I enjoy doing is teaching, to be able to give something to my people.
Remember you circle. Standing up first. Let's hold hands. Okay, and
Ever since I began with the school, like we'd have vacation and we'd have about 4 weeks break. And every time I would arrange my own little program and I'd come home and teach. Even if it was something little that I learned within 6 months, I'd take that, bring that home and teach, pass that on, you know.
remember you're in a canoe, right? And you've got a paddle. That's right. Remember you're paddling through water. When you pull the dugong in, pull it in like this. Okay?
I think that if every person within the dance school could do that and just extend ourselves, you know, out to the community, it would just be so much better for our people and let them see that there is something for them in life and not to just be loitering around and, you know, not being employed and drinking and all those negative things in life. I feel that's probably why I did this film too. I feel it's very important for them to see their own people as models in different fields.
9, 10. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Hold. Good.
I come from a family of 13. I have 7 sisters, 5 brothers. A happy family. I think I miss them all very much. But I think you grow out of that as you grow older and you begin to find what sort of career you want. My mother and father were very strict parents. We had a very strict upbringing.
His boss will make that story big too, you know, and talk and laugh. Oh,
But we don't have to spot about the kids, they do.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, because I remember that day I called you up, you remember, before just explaining to you about this film. Yeah, and she was actually there and she was going, oh, is that Louise and there's Bennett Wan there and
He gets up to mischief, that's right.
true.
But he's fun.
5, 2, 3, crochet, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, and 1. Okay, other side, try it. Change it sides. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, open out. 2, 3, pull up. 2, 3, contract, round. 3, brush back, 5.
There's a project that we've been doing over the past 6 years, which is we call Remote Area Teaching Project, which we take one of our teachers plus 2 or 3 students go into the remote communities of North Queensland. We've gone to places such as Hope Vale, Coenyama, Mornington Island, and Sylvia was from Weipa, and the teacher choreographer, the principal teacher choreographer who was with us at that time, Lucy Jummerwan, discovered Sylvia there, and she said, oh, I found somebody who I think will be an excellent student. She'll be really great. And we brought her down, and she's been with us ever since that time. It's been really exciting to watch her develop because she's had a kind of perseverance and an ability to work no matter what happens. She had a single-mindedness. She knew she wanted to be a dancer. She had been working, so she'd had enough experience. to know that this was the area that she wanted to go into. She had the determination, and she's just worked very, very hard to make herself into a dancer. She had natural ability, but she's had to work very, very hard to develop into the dancer she is. And the kind of person she is she's very much a leader and will be helping to bring a lot from other young people, I think. I think she has a tremendous future because she's always been a person who she's a self-starter, she can do things on her own. She's done a lot of workshops in the community. She's had calls as a professional teacher because she has finished the course now. She's gotten work as a professional dancer in a show. I think she was in Hair, I believe, a production of Hair, just taking an audition. She does singing lessons, and she sings beautifully and has developed that. So she's an all-round performer as well as an excellent dance teacher, and it takes a long time to develop the teaching skills.
Sometimes I go to the markets if I get a chance to, or to the beach. If I get an opportunity to go to the beach, I do. Sometimes shopping. I like to go to Chinatown when I do get a chance to go there. I like to eat lots of Chinese food. My ambitions are to open up a cultural centre in North Queensland, around Cairns or Mossman, for my people, because they don't have anything up there, such as a cultural centre or opportunities like they do have down south, you know, in New South Wales or Victoria, or even Brisbane.
Well, there's really no one else in Sydney because Bodenwee's around, you know. We should maybe just let it go.
I met Cheryl when I first began dancing. I met her in Cairns, actually, before I came to Sydney. And we always spent a lot of time together, and she's sort of been like a big sister, you know, more than anything. And I could always go to her with problems or whatever, you know. I mean, when you're a long way from home, you need sisters and brothers and you know, because you're a long way from your family. And I feel you need that. And I look to Cheryl as a sister, and she's helped me in my dancing field a lot, yeah.
Oh, I think it's a very different kind of show to what the school has done before, you know? Epic ballet.
The sun came up this morning. I was empty in my soul. The child that I had mothered is here no more. 'Cause I had seen him grow. I was familiar with his smile. Late one night I heard his calling. Then he was never seen alive. I said, Lord, if you take him away, I don't want to live another day. The sun came up this morning.
Now on that side there.
How would we do that?
Yeah, I do.
Stephen, do you know where it is?
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
Yeah, in my bag in the girls' room on the wall, just as you go on the stairs on the right-hand side.
Okay.
Ever since I was going to secondary school, I think. I said to my parents, when I get older, that's what I want to do, is travel and meet people. And I find through theatre you can have this opportunity to travel and meet people.
Yeah, sure is.
Is my black biscuit there?
On Monday.
No, I've got
No.
them here.
What time?
I'm
Monday.
just worried about
We have a break
one
Monday.
shoe like
Yeah, we
that.
have today. Yeah. What's that, Kimber?
No, because I'm changing there.
Is there a cover for this garbage bin?
They're in the bottom there with the mirror. Lena? Yeah.